E.Jones.
The E.Jones Show. The E.Jones Show.
All aboard! You are now listening to the E.Jones Show. The E.Jones Show. Featuring the First Lady, Sharonda, Cody, and Mills. Are you serious?
Yeah, boy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's E.Jones.
Yes, indeed. Another episode of the E.Jones Show in full effect. What's going on, people? I am your man, E.Jones, of the E.Jones Show. Sharonda's not here today, but the show goes on. We have Miss Abdul joining us. And hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I definitely had a great weekend. Enjoyed myself. Got to watch The Walking Dead like I usually do, because I have to have my Walking Dead fix. And I also went up to our sponsor, and I'm talking about Napa's Moulin Rouge Restaurant and Lounge. I had a great time. I had some oxtails with some collard greens and some mac and cheese. And then for dessert, I had peach cobbler. Oh, God. Peach cobbler. I totally enjoyed that. Totally enjoyed that. I had a great time. Great time. I got to hang out with Melissa, her husband Mel, her sister, and we just had a great time, man. Just a great vibe, and looking forward to the Rewind launch party, which will be August 9th to August 11th. Rooms is on sale right now, so book your room. Come on out and join us, because it's going to be a great time. And we got some special guests popping in. We have already confirmed Immaculate Mills and Aoife performing. And we got some other surprise performances that we're working on right now as we speak of the English. So I'm looking forward to that. Very forward to that. I did tell you guys I did went to go see Captain Marvel. I did enjoy that. I enjoyed that a lot. Well, I'm a Marvel whole comic book head anyway, so I'm going to enjoy whatever they put out. That's just my honest opinion. So I definitely enjoyed Captain Marvel. I'm looking forward to Avengers Endgame now. Very forward to that. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm looking forward to that. Then I'm looking forward to the X-Men. So, with that being said, I am so excited about the X-Men Dark Phoenix saga. Hopefully they do it right, and I'm excited in the whole 9 yards, because I hate when they disappear from the comic books and they start putting a different swing on stuff, and I'm like, that's not how it was in the comic book. So I just want it to be what it was. So that was it. So with that being said, and I just brought up peach cobbler. Man, I'm a little upset right now because the owner of Moulin Rouge put up a picture of that peach cobbler. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something, and I'm going to give my honest opinion. It is not fair when you eat certain food and you end up nodding off. Now, I had the peach cobbler, and I got my partners in crime in the building with me. I had some peach cobbler, Mr. Tariq. And, yeah, I nodded off. They gave me the peach cobbler in a cereal bowl. About like this. Like this.
Cereal bowl?
Well, I call it a cereal bowl. Because I would eat cereal in it.
Right.
It was like this, like this. So me being the gentleman that I am, I asked my wife, you want some? She said no. Mind you, under the table, I was like, yes. Okay, no problem. She said, that looks a little bit too sweet for me. I was like, okay, I want to share it with you.
You wanted to get it out of the way.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to share it with you anyway. But anyway, that was good. So as I'm eating the peach cobbler now, and I'm eating it, and I get to like towards the bottom, and I'm eating it, and I'm looking at Duke, whoever they was playing, and I'm like, And she was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, nothing. Why was the problem? I had to get up and walk because I was feeling the itis. And it was coming on hot and heavy. And I didn't get a chance to speak to Unc. Unc is the person that's in the kitchen cooking. But I wanted to hug Unc. I did. He got me very emotional. I'm like that when it comes to food. I was real emotional. But he had left already. So, Unc, if you listening, shout out to you, bruh. Big shout out to you because that peach cobbler was everything. And everybody knows me, I'm a foodie. So, I was excited. Hands down. So, when I drag y'all up there, please come with an empty stomach. They had fried chicken. They had turkey legs. They had oxtails. They got baked chicken. They got barbecue chicken.
I like the turkey leg. That sounds best.
Yeah.
How are oxtails?
Oxtails is to die for.
It's like an actual ox's tail.
Yeah. You just might come out with an accent. Yeah, Mom. You know, but it was definitely good. The mac and cheese was on point. It wasn't out the box. And the collard greens was fresh. So, for those who don't eat pork, it didn't have no pork and it had turkey in it. So, it was definitely a delightful meal. Had a good time. The patrons in there was cool. Like I said, the ownership was great. You know, I had no complaints at all. Is it a trek? It's about an hour, 30-minute ride. But,
You know, depending on where they're coming from, it don't have to be that long.
oh, yeah, well, we took the turnpike. So we got up there and did what we had to do. DJ WWRN's own DJ Tony Tone was in the building. He was on the ones and twos. He laid the smack of down. Represented the radio station to the fullest. So, like I said, all in all, it was a great situation. And will I go back? Yes. Will I grade it? I would have to give Napa Moulin Rouge a 5.
Out of
A 5 out of, 1 out of 5. I give it a 5. I give it a 5. And I graded on the food, the hospitality, the cleanliness, and the whole 9 yards. So that's where I'm at on that one. But like I said, I could talk about food all day long if you let me, but I'm not going to talk about the food. I'm going to leave the food alone because I'm getting a little hungry right now. And I might have to go up to Whiz Kids, and I'm trying to behave myself today.
oh man, their sandwiches are bad.
Because I got some jerk chicken at home.
Mess
So,
you up. Good.
I,
Good bad.
yeah, so, yeah, Whiz Kids is a good high, and it can become very addictive. So you just got to take it in portions. But I know when they first opened, I probably was up there every other day.
Yeah, by portions you mean like one half of the sandwich and then the other half.
Well, I was eating the whole sandwich, but yeah. And the french fries, too. So, I don't know. But anyway, moving on. I'm going to stop rambling on the food because, like I said, my stomach is growling. Yo, E. But since you're talking about it, can we address the issue? Can we address the issue real quick? I want to say happy 69th birthday to Sharonda's mom. May she rest in peace. So I want to shout that out. And I want to shout out our new sponsors. We have, like I said, Northeast Pennsylvania's Moulin Rouge Restaurant, Bar, and Lounge. They're a proud sponsor of the E.Jones Show. And also Mr. Bernard Simi Open-Minded Harris. He's dropping a new book, and he has a current book out. And he is now currently a sponsor for our show. So we're starting to rack up on the sponsorship. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it. Has anybody ever heard of a crunchy fried chicken?
Well, like the breading is crunchy or like the meat itself?
Oh, that's what Q said. He said he's at Crunchy Chicken.
Was it a restaurant?
He said that it's at a gas station. So you can get some gas and chicken. Double the grease.
Sounds kind of scary.
Yeah, I don't kind of do
Gas station food.
the gas station food.
Like even if it's a Subway, I won't eat it.
Yeah, no.
I used to.
Yeah, I passed.
Subway
My
down
stomach
the
just started hurting just talking about that. I know one thing, and I know probably you guys eat it, but I don't eat it no more. Taco Bell.
Oh, I
I've
used to
never
love-
even tried Taco Bell.
Don't.
Don't.
I love
The meat is grade GED.
Worse than dog food.
Yeah. So we was coming from Virginia, and I said, I never had Taco Bell before, so I told my wife, let me pull over right off in Allentown where you come off the turnpike.
That was your mistake.
Yeah. So we ran up in there, and I got some burritos and something else. So mind you, I'm driving and I'm eating, and my stomach was assaulting me to the point that when I got in front of the door, the car was still in drive. And I had to tell my wife to put her foot on the brakes because I needed to get out. And it's funny that when you got to go to the bathroom, that's when everything occurs and not work for you. Like the key is not really going in, and it just was all types of...
Fumbling on the floor.
Yeah.
Trying to get it out of
And
your
you trying to ease up the stairs, but it's trying to muscle its way out. I think I was in the bathroom for about 2.5 hours.
Oh,
And I would never, ever, 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 never, ever, never eat Taco Bell again.
That used to be me with McDonald's, man. I don't do that anymore.
I can do McDonald's. I'll do that quicker than burger than that.
KFC, oh my
But we going into a break, and I'll holler back. We'll be right back. E.Jones. E.Jones.
The E.Jones Show. E.Jones Show. The E.Jones Show.
So we're back in the building. I talked enough about my food, unless y'all want to hear more. To the point that my man had to run to the bathroom because we was talking about Taco Bell, and it kind of upset his stomach. It has that presence about it. So today our first guest is Leontine. She's a celebrity designer. Leontine Abdullah has a fierce new look on an old market. Born and raised in Los Angeles, California, the designer began her career as an actress, starting out as a child actress, appearing in over 30 movies and 12 commercials, such as The Karate Kid 3, L.A. Law, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Rodney Dangerfield's Where's Rodney TV show, and the list goes on. She related to become a model for Vogue Modeling Productions at the age of 12, traveling the world shooting print ads by the age of 13, and gracing the runways in high school. She was voted best dressed and most sophisticated by her peers in a popularity poll at Crenshaw High School. She is the CEO and founder of Leontine Collection, couture brands for women. She has successfully laid the foundation for her enterprise, the House of Leontine, in 2016, and will unveil the many projects that she has worked so hard passionately on for the last 2 years. The CEO has shaped the look and lifestyle that she dearly desires the old-fashioned way, networking. So that'll be our first guest calling in. Get to talk with her, designers. I think you got to have a lot of patience to be a designer. But I don't think that's something I really wanted to get in. I like to wear designer stuff, but I don't think I have the patience to be a designer. I can also say, too, that I don't have an issue. I have an issue. Like, I couldn't be a barber neither, because I think that's a whole skill set, again, that takes a lot of patience. But I ain't got the patience for that, especially somebody's kid. Well, I don't want to be cutting nobody's kid hair. Mommy! No, I can't. I don't have the patience for that. So I'm good on that. But that'll be our first guest. Our next guest then will be the UMCs. I'm excited about that. The UMCs was an American hip-hop duo from the borough of Staten Island in New York City. The group was composed of Haas G and Kool Kim, who released their critically acclaimed full-length album, Fruits of Nature, in 1991, which garnered chart success with the duo's #1 Billboard hot rap single, Blue Cheese, and the #2 hot rap single, One to Grow On, which contains a sample from Your Celia by Bill Cosby in 1994. The duo released the second album, Unleashed, but split it up soon after. Since the group's breakup, Haas G, under the names Hassan and Phantom of the Beat, has focused on producing music, most notably garnering a #1 hit for Lil' Kim's feature 50 Cent with Magic Stick. Cool Kembry invented himself as the controversial underground MC NYOIL. Noil? Okay. So we have them coming on the show also too, which I'm excited about that. Definitely excited. Definitely. So once our first guest comes through, we'll take care of that. And then we got the UMCs. We are the kids from Never Never Land. So with that being said, I'm gonna touch on the topic of the day, which is interesting for me. Oh, I guess I ain't got time. This is the E.Jones Show. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I am blessed. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
And you must be Miss Abdullah.
Yes, I am.
Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So let's we're gonna start from the beginning, and then we're gonna work our way up. First and foremost, I'll let you introduce yourself to the listeners because I like the ladies to go first.
Okay. Well, I'm celebrity designer leontine Abdullah, and I'm also an entrepreneur.
Okay. Pleasure to meet you. This is a celebrity designer, entrepreneur. So what made you get into fashion? We're going to jump right in.
Well, I've been in fashion all my life. Actually, my mother, when I was 5 years old, she taught me how to make my first basic blocks for like a skirt.
Okay.
So she would make her skirts and all her designs from newspaper. So when she would make her pattern blocks from newspaper, at 5, I decided I was ready to learn how to make the basic block for a skirt because I was into tutus and for my dance classes. So that's how I got started, by observing, watching her, and she teaching me.
And you just took it from there. So it says that you have like an old-fashioned type style. Like, why did you pick that? What's different with that and the new school type of style, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I was born and raised in the 70s, so I love the looks from the 70s, Diana Ross, all those looks. Mm-hmm. So what I basically do is when I design today, I take those aesthetics and put them into the new school look. I kind of put my twist on the new school look. Okay. And that's how I come up with the ideas, by utilizing the fabrics and the sequin and all the things from the 70s. I pretty much carry on and put a new school twist on it.
Got you. And with that being said, by mixing the old and the new, how is it being received?
Well, people love it. When I enter a room, they're like, wow, jaws drop. And they come over to me. They're drawn to me because I like to play with colors. I'll do black sometimes, but I love to play with colors because, colors stimulate the mind and they're very vibrant. And, it's a happy zone that I like to be in. So I tend to play with colors a lot.
And colors also can alter your mood. It can,
Absolutely.
It take you out of a dark place and put you more into a more vibrant state of mind.
Yes, absolutely. That's true. You sure can.
So you're based out of California, born and raised, if I'm correct?
Yes. I was born and raised in South Central Los Angeles, and I am currently living in Los Angeles.
Okay. So besides the fashion and, you said you like to mix colors, like what kind of mind frame do you have to be in to be like a fashion designer? Because I know you guys do a lot of thinking and a lot of matching. So could you walk us through the steps of your thought pattern when putting stuff together?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm a mood-based designer. Most designers are. They create from their heart. They create from their mood, whatever mood you're in. And if you're not in a good mood, sometimes you don't want to create. But the things that we often create are things that are just dancing around in our heads, or, like I know that some designers, they may have, like, say, for instance, an event. They may say, okay, well, I have an event, or my client has an event. So what I want to do is I want to create this look for this particular event. Well, I'm opposite of that. What I do is I go look at fabrics. I go to the fabric stores. I look at all the different fabrics, the types of fabrics, the style, the colors, and that is how my mood plays into, whether it's for myself or for my client. Because if it's for my client, I am going to look at their personality, once I sit with them, consult with them, get their measurements and all that type of stuff, and listen to them, what they're looking for. Then I put my twist on it and say, okay, this is how I'm going to design her evening gown for the red carpet, because I know that she has a sassy vibe to her. I know that she's not afraid to step outside the box, so I'm going to go ahead and give her this pizzazz. On the other hand, if it's someone who is not as jazzy, I'll still jazz them up, but they just won't be to where they're out of their comfort zone.
Got you. So I have to ask you this question because I always want, number one, you're my first fashion designer that came on my show.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I want to ask you this question, and I always want to ask any fashion designer this question. Who, do you have like a favorite celebrity that you design for that? Like you get them, you guys are on the same page, your vibe together.
Actually, you know what? There's a lot of people because there's been so many, and a lot of the females, and surprisingly the guys too. Because I get a lot of guys who, they may have an event or they may be starring in a movie and they want me to do a suit for them, and I know their personality. So, they're like, okay, we can have fun with it. I want colors or I want this. Those are the type of clients I like because now I know that I get to be myself and do that. Some of them are like, okay, well, they're not very, as I mentioned before, they don't want to go outside of their comfort zone. So I kind of keep it simple, but I still, give them that little pizzazz with it. But there's so many people. And I like good personalities, vibrant, just over-the-top personalities to where they're like, oh, yeah, I want this and I want train, meaning they want an extension on their dress and, they want all these different variations with the look. I just love people who are just over-the-top like myself. Gotcha. And they want to be seen when they're on the carpet.
Because I was going to ask you, do you do any designs for men or is it just strictly for the women?
Oh, no, absolutely. I design suits for men as well.
I got to come get my birthday present from you then.
Okay. Yes.
I don't know if you would kill my pockets. I don't know if I can afford you, but
no, I wouldn't kill your pocket.
I'll give it a whirl and see.
Yeah.
But you have a great vibe about you. I have to say that your vibe is very upbeat and very positive.
Yes, thank you.
So do you have like anything major coming up, that you want to share with us and our listeners?
Yes, I do. I have a new show. I've been actually working on this show for about 3 years off and on. Reason being is because I'm writing, producing, and directing it, and I do it in my spare time. And basically what it is, it's like I know, everyone pretty much knows who Martha Stewart is.
Yes.
And, she's into cooking and does all that. Well, I'm going to be the Martha Stewart of fashion. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to present to you all the workshops that I've been doing over the years at Mood Fabrics, how I will teach you how to design a maxi dress in 30 minutes, or how I'll teach you how to design a clutch purse in 30 minutes. It's going to be segments of me showing you my pattern on how to design this in a certain length of time, and that you who don't necessarily have to be a professional at sewing, I will teach you how to design this, like a do-it-yourself DIY type of thing. DIY, I'm sorry, a DIY type of, segment of show. So that's what it'll be in like 28 minutes, 27 minutes rather.
And you have I know you can't reveal what channel is coming on, or can you reveal when the listeners?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet, yeah.
So do you have?
I will soon on my social medias, I will.
And I definitely need you to share that so our listeners can definitely follow you and tune in. So where you at? Twitter, Instagram? You let it rip. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, it's Leontine Collection or Leontine Abdullah, and that's on all my social media.
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask you another question, which is outside of the fashion realm. What do you do to relax outside of fashion?
What I do, it's interesting because I work out every day. I go to the gym every morning when I don't have like an early morning meeting. I go to the gym at some point. If I don't go to the gym, I take walks, like I walk 6 miles a day, or I'll run 6 miles a day. But I love a good movie. I love to go to the movies.
Okay.
I have this thing where I try to see a movie once a week, once every other week, because I'm also into, as I mentioned, film and directing. So I kind of get I've always been intrigued with a good movie or a good show or to be entertained. So as I'm learning film and directing, being there at the movies, I'm kind of seeing things and how it's playing out on the silver screen. So I love to see a good movie.
Any current movies or television shows outside of your show that you're currently involved in, or not yet?
You know what? Actually, there is a producer just hit me up for a new film that they're doing, and I'm waiting for a call back for that. But I've done a lot of things. I've done some things with Eric B. Ramsey. He did Cain and Abel. My first grandchild played Cain and Abel as a baby in that. I did the costume design for that. And there's a lot of other little films and things that I do costume design for, but there's a big one coming up with some pretty big names, and I'm kind of waiting for a call back on that.
And I hope, and hopefully you get it. I wish you the best of luck, because you sound like a very busy woman, and you talk about you a grandma.
Yes, thank you.
You sounding like 27 or something. Come on now.
Oh no, I wish. No, my daughter is actually my oldest daughter is 27.
Well, God bless you. God bless you. Like I said again, I truly enjoy your spirit and your drive. Like you was like, I walk every day. I'm in the gym. Even when you said I try to go to the movies once a week, like that right there, that's inspiring. And you're also telling people to make time for themselves.
Exactly. And massages. I always get a massage. I try to do it once a week. Sometimes it's twice a month, but it depends on how busy I am.
Okay.
But I do that because of all the movements and with all the sewing and the bending and the standing with the draping. So you got to kind of keep yourself, and then with the working out, you want to keep the blood flow and the functioning going. And that's just not just for people like myself. It's for everyone. They should be getting some type of a, professional massage every blue moon at least.
I like it. She's sharing a lot of information, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all need to get a pen and a piece of paper and write that down, because
that's right.
We all say that we don't have time to do certain things, and we got to make time, because we don't want our body to break down, and we don't want our mind to break down.
That's true.
So we want to kind of stay sharp across the board and do the things that we need to do for ourselves. Also, I wanted to make sure I asked you, do you have a website, anything that the listeners also can go to?
Yes, it's leontinecollection.com.
Okay. So y'all make sure y'all go, check her out, check her work out, follow her. Tell her E.Jones sent y'all. And I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on you, because I can't wait till you start the new show and it airs. I'm nosy now, so I want to know what channel is coming on.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
And once it gets up and running and stuff like that, you get a couple of episodes under your belt, you got to come back, because I need to know how you felt after seeing the show on there.
Sure, most definitely. Just let me know when.
Well, I already gave you the invitation. The first time you rung the bell, the next time the door is open.
Okay, cool.
So you're always welcome to come back and talk with me and let me know what's going on, because, like I said, you definitely inspired me by a lot of things that you said, and I appreciate you for that.
That's great to know. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, one thing I've learned in life is this, a person can be talking with you, but they can say something to you that will change your perspective on different things, how you look at different things.
Absolutely, that's correct.
And my lazy self, I walk by a gym every day that's in the same building that we got the radio station. So maybe you just told me, why don't you try using it? So
And it don't have to be a gym. We can just get out and walk. It's a beautiful place out there in the world. Just take a nice walk in a nice little area that you prefer, or even in the mall. Just walk around the mall.
Well, they got a nice treadmill in there. I'm going to try to walk on that first.
Yeah, because I know everybody can't do the gym. It gets boring sometimes.
Well,
So
I can
you
do
gotta have
it.
your entertainment.
Yeah, as long as I got some headphones on or something like that, I'm good. I can block out the world.
Yes, that's what I do. Headphones and a playlist.
So since you said a playlist, what's your music you tuned into?
You know what? It depends, because sometimes it's Beyonce, sometimes it's old school, and then sometimes it's hip hop. It depends on the mood. And then if I'm, I have those sluggish days where I'm sluggish, so it's got to be hip hop if I'm sluggish.
Okay.
But if I'm just in this great mood, it could be anything, because all music to me is just so therapeutic.
I like where you
Good
at.
music, that is.
I like where you at. This is my new best friend now. She hit it right on the nose. She said good music. I like that.
Yes.
Not the garbage, the good music.
Yes. Oh, yes, there's a difference.
Well, it was, like I said again, it was a pleasure and an honor that you took the time to give me some of your time to let my listeners know what you're working on and everything else. And love to have you on again. Love to continue to keep following you. And I want you to continue to grow for us.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Anytime, and you have a blessed week.
Okay, and you as well.
Thank you so much, Queen.
You're very welcome. Have a blessed day.
You too.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, indeed. We have Miss Leontine, Abdullah on the phone, celebrity fashion designer. Wow, that was inspiring what she said, though. She tries to go to the movies once a week. She makes sure she gets a massage once a week. She works out, walks. Because, in the field of work she's in, the standing, the sewing, the this, the that. She want to make sure to keep the body parts in parts so she can do what she got to do. And like I said, I walk by a gym every day. And I walk by it real humbly. Oh, it's the gym, and keep it moving. So I need to do what I need to do for myself also, too. So that's just the bottom line. I need to get it together. So when we get ready to go on a break, we got some new music by the UMCs, Flashback. And then we got an interview with the UMCs. We'll talk with Haas and Cool Kim. We're going to start with the beginning from them. And we're going to work our way to now and what they're working on and what's going on. So definitely excited about that. These gentlemen was on Wild Pitch EMI Records in 1994. And I definitely enjoyed the UMC's music. I thought it was dope. And it hit hard in New York. It was a great vibe. New York was churning out a lot of great artists, like concurrently. Every time you turned around, there was always something hot on the airwaves that you got excited about. I'm about to knock Mr. Tariq out over there because he over there munching and crunching and all that. I'm about to go up there and take him to Whiz Kids real quick. But anyway, we're going to get into this new song by the UMCs, Flashback, world premiere on the E.Jones show. You heard it first right here, WWRN 1620 Urban Classics. And for my extended family out there in the syndication land, y'all going to hear it first right now, man. So, you don't go nowhere. Nebraska, stand up. It's the E.Jones show.
The E.Jones show. E.Jones show. E.Jones show.
E.Jones.